We are on to 2-point perspective. Follow along with this video and it'll refresh your memory from middle school. Same type of thing as 1 point, but the only difference is we're going to have 2 points. So for the 2-point perspective, we're going to start off with 2 points. So I'm going to draw on either side of my paper 2 little dots. Okay. Now what I'm going to end up doing is let's see, I am going to make, let's see, the bottom of the building. Actually, first I'm going to extend this one to here. Okay. And I'm going to extend this one to here. Okay, so that will be like the road or the ground that I'm putting my buildings. Okay, so now starting at this middle point, I am going to start off with the corner of a building. So I'm going to come up about maybe that high. And then I'm going to make another line. This is going to be the other side of the building. I really don't know yet how tall to make it, so I'm going to do it lightly so that I can erase, because I'm going to probably end up erasing some lines. So your first step to making one building is making sure you have 3 vertical lines, okay? Now, I need to do the top of my building, because here's my bottom. I'm going to start in the middle, and on the left side, I'm going to go to the left vanishing point, making sure it's lined up to the vanishing point. And see how I add that extra? I'm going to erase. And then I'm going to go to the right side and go to the right vanishing point and connect those lines. And then erase this extra. Okay, so there's my building. So the thing with 2-point perspective is you can see 2 sides of the building going in different directions. This side's going down this street, and this side is going down that street. Okay, so now I'm going to make another building. On the right side, if I were to make a building that's shorter than this, so let me end up putting in a line here. There's a couple different ways I could do this. If I'm making it shorter than this building, and I'm going to have it like connected right next door to this building, I only need this line and this line. I don't need 3 at this point. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to head toward this right vanishing point, and then I'm going to put the top on to this building here. Okay, and there's my second building. So that's all I needed to do for that one. If I'm going to make one taller and behind this, like it's overlapping, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a line maybe coming off of here, maybe another line coming out of this building. Maybe I'll go even taller. And then I'm going to put a 3rd line over here somewhere. It's very important to make sure you have nice straight vertical lines. I noticed that some people, your lines were not very straight. I noticed some people were just hand drawing them. Okay, that ends up losing some of the point of doing 2-point or 1-point perspective. You need to make sure you use a ruler all times and pay attention that these lines are straight. Okay. All right, so with this 3rd line here, I got these 3 lines that I just put in. I need to make the tops of the building. So I'm going to start on the left side. Erase my extra piece here. And then I'm going to put the right side of the building on. And this one is going to actually be really steep of a slope here. See that? Okay, but it's appearing that it's going way farther away in the distance. And then I erase that line. Okay, and then I can keep doing that with overlapping some buildings. So like, you know, I can always have maybe another line coming out of this one and go really tall. I could maybe have my second line coming out of this building, and maybe a third coming out of this building. go to the middle line again. On the left side, go to the left vanishing point. See, I'm always making sure that my ruler is lined up to that vanishing point. And then on my right side, I'm going to go to the right vanishing point, making sure that it's lined up to that point. Connect and erase the extra. Okay. I can go on to my left side of the street, and I can do the same type of thing that I did over here. I can make just like a smaller building. I can make like one nice vertical line, and then make the top heading toward, sorry, that vanishing point here. Okay, and then maybe I could do the same type of thing, putting some lines out of these other buildings for overlapping purposes here. Maybe a third one over here. Okay, and then I can go to my middle line. Even though this is on the left side of the building, we're still going to do the same rule as if it's on the right side of that building. I'm still going to go over to this right vanishing point, erase my extra, and then continue on over here. This will be a nice big slope. Sometimes it will appear that, oh, that doesn't look right, but as long as you went to the vanishing point, it will be fine. Okay, so now there's a bunch of buildings. I can continue on, make my street. Actually, I can make my sidewalk first. Now this is where it's going to be a little tricky for the sidewalk, actually. I am going to, well, first I'm going to connect this here. When I'm doing my sidewalks in my street, sorry, I had this too far down. You want to make sure that the width at the end here is pretty even. A lot of times people will make one skinnier and one thicker, and it just looks funny. Okay, so here's my sidewalk. What I'm going to do now to make the lines in them, this is where it gets confusing, because a lot of times people just think, oh, I'm just going to put these lines like this, okay? Well, that's not how you do it. All right, this is what you're going to do. I'm going to start with the left side of my sidewalk. I'm going to extend this line here in the middle, okay, to here, right? And then I'm going to take my ruler, and I'm going to make sure I'm always on this right vanishing point, okay? Whoops, actually I'm gonna go on this side. I'm on this right vanishing point here, okay? And I am going to, over here now, make my sidewalk lines. I'm going to stay on that vanishing point and then just kind of turn my ruler up a little bit, make another line, keep my ruler on this vanishing point and come up and make another line and do the same thing. And as I get further away in the distance, I'm going to end up making my lines a little closer together. Okay, and then I'll just keep going. Oops, my line got crooked there. And I'll just keep going, okay? So now on this side of my street, I'm going to do the sidewalk, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to use this vanishing point now. So what I'll do is start here, and I'll extend this line here, keep my ruler on that vanishing point, and do the same type of thing. Okay, keep it on that vanishing point, and then just keep shifting my ruler up and making those lines. Okay, and I'll have you, see, the ruler gets kind of funny, it will shift on me sometimes. And then continue up. Then what you're gonna do is you can make the little area where you step down off into the road, the curb there. And oops, make sure that's the same. Okay, this is where it's a little different. Okay, here's my curb. Wherever one of these lines meet here, you're going to go in a vertical fashion. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to take my ruler and go vertically with it and just connect those two little lines there. See that? I'm going to go up to this line, make sure my ruler is nice and vertical, and connect. See that? And I'm going to continue on. And you'll do the same thing all the way down and the same thing on this side. Okay? Over here, nice and straight up and down. Okay, so now it like appears that I'm stepping down into the road. You can go and make a road. Okay. You can go and add windows. Now, I'll do one window over here. If I were to do a window on the right side of a building, I'm going to start off with 2 vertical lines to make the top and the bottom of the window on the right side of my building. I'm going to aim for that right vanishing point. So there's the top and the bottom of the window. Make sure my ruler is on that vanishing point and connect. Erase my little extras. Okay. And if I were to be on the left side of that building, it's going to go to the opposite side. So I'm going to have 2 vertical lines. And then I'm going to go to my left vanishing point. So with 2-point perspective, there's 3 rules. One rule is you're going to have vertical lines. You're going to have lines that are either going to the left vanishing point or the right vanishing point. Okay, so actually there's only 2 rules. You're going to have vertical lines and the orthogonal lines. The orthogonal lines are the lines that are going to the vanishing point. So those are the 2 things that you want to remember. Okay, so if you can remember that, you'll do fine. Okay, so now I'd like you to follow along with my video, if you haven't done so already, and try to get in these buildings, almost kind of like what I did. You can go do it a little differently if you'd like, and send me a picture for credit for doing it. Thanks.